Alright, so Sonic Frontiers comes out in 3 weeks time, and a lot has actually changed since we've last seen the gameplay reveal in June. And since the game is coming out very soon, I thought to give my final pre-release thoughts before the game comes out in November. Now, before you Defense Squad members come after me in the comments, just remember that these are my opinions and mine alone. And if you're hyped for the game, then that's fine. And I do not want to see this shit happen ever again after the next Sonic game after Frontiers gets revealed. I had enough of this shit. Now, I was a lot more negative towards this game back in June when they first showed the gameplay, and looking back, that footage looked so rough. It was like, they must have had like an earlier build. It probably was an earlier build, because the footage we got now looks a lot better. Even the footage we got from Summer Games Fest looked a lot better, especially with the smooth frame rate. Now, if you remember my video back in June on Frontiers, you will remember that my biggest fear for this game is controlling exactly like Forces. That was my biggest worry yet, but that fear has been put to rest thanks to customization. We now have controller sliders for this game, and I could not be any happier about that. You can customize anything from his turning to his speed to his acceleration. This is great. I'm so fucking glad they are letting us customize how Sonic controls. Because if they actually did more of the same controls from Forces, then I would have been so mad. It would have been a horrible experience. I know I never really gave my thoughts on the combat, but from what I've seen, it looked fine. It definitely ain't being the Werehog when it comes to the depth and the stakes of it, but there definitely are enough special moves for it to be more stimulating. The enemies look cool, the bosses look cool. Overall, I'll say so far the combat looks really solid, although there doesn't look like there would be any stakes to it, since you can just re-grab your rings every time you get hit, and it kind of defeats any challenge to it. See, with the Werehog, you still needed rings for health, but you had an actual health bar, so the rings just don't scatter when you get hit. You have to actually manage your health. You have to find any rings that are scattered around the level and hope you can actually refill your health just to stay in the battle. But with Frontiers, you just get hit and your rings just scatter, but you can just re-grab them, and it defeats any sort of challenge. There aren't any stakes to it at all, and what I think they should have done was make Sonic have an actual health bar instead of relying on the number of rings he has just to stay alive. I think that would have made the combat more challenging and added more stakes to it. Another big worry I had for this game was the level design being automated as hell like in Forces, but it still kind of looks automated, but there are some platforming that they did not show in June, so it does look a bit better, but still nowhere near the intricacy levels of Unleashed or Gens when it comes to the boost. Although the big platforming section in Chrome's Island is some of the best platforming we've seen from this game. Like, they even added rails they had to quickly react to, just like with Unleashed. It may not be like ball-bustingly difficult, but at least there is some stimulants in there. They even brought back the poles from Gens, and they definitely did not show that back in June. I will say this now though, the open world will probably be the best part of the game, as there is a certain area of this game, a certain aspect of this game that I wrote off completely, and to be honest, it looks dog shit. Let's talk about Cyberspace, because fucking hell do I have a lot of negative things to say about that. For stars, they brought back old level themes again. Green Hill, Chemical Plant, and Sky Sanctuary. I can't believe this, man. It's been almost 11 years since Generations came out, and they're still relying on the same 3 rehashed songs from the classics. There's me thinking we were gonna get a fully original 3D game, but nope. Izuku just said, not another Green Hill, add it. Same rehashed stages from Generations. This will be a brand new experience. I'm sorry. The excuse this time is it's part of Sonic's memories, but come on, if you're gonna rehash something that's haven't been rehashed before, like something from Heroes, something from Unleashed, like just something other than Green Hill, please. But not only have the level themes been rehashed, but the level design itself has been rehashed too. Like, it's been clear since Forces that they cannot make good linear levels anymore, so they now have to resort to even more rehashing. And they're even shorter than the stages from Forces, and it's really upsetting that these levels have been downgraded more and more as each new game goes on. Like, all I'm asking for is fun, challenging, original, well-designed levels. That's all I'm asking. And if the level design ain't rehashed, it's looking more and more like Forces, where it's just blocky 2D, and I've noticed something very wrong with the controls for Sonic in these levels, and we're gonna get into that right now. Sonic controls very differently to how it controls in the open world, and I've noticed this from that 2D section in one of the leaks. Like when I saw that 2D city Cyberspace level and Sonic was making them jumps, I had severe flashbacks to Forces. Like, it looked 1-to-1 like the controls from Forces. I was like, oh god, no, please don't say it's true. And then people who played the demo said that yes, Sonic does control worse in Cyberspace than he does in the open world. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I don't know why they couldn't just let us keep the same controls that we had for the open world for Cyberspace instead of having similar controls to Forces. Like, why? But yeah, I just wrote off Cyberspace completely because that shit looks arse. It looks so anus. I just don't know why they keep getting away with this shit. I mean, I know the defense corps loves to give them the free pass every time they fuck something up, but still. And if they do this rehashing shit again for the next game, I really wonder what excuses Sonic fans will have for this. Before I upset the defense corps, let's talk about positivity and say that this box art looks so fucking good. Like, no joke, we haven't had good box art like this for a 3D Sonic game in years, and I'm glad that it's a huge step up from the one from Forces. It just captures Sonic's personality beautifully. Like, he's got that shitty grin on his face, like from the 2000s. Like, oh, this box art looks so fucking sick. I love it. Japan have actually got a different box art for this game, and it looks cool, but man, I greatly prefer what we've got in the West. It looks so good. We also got 2 new vocal themes from this game, and I reacted to I'm Here, which is a banger, by the way. Like, literally, when I heard that, I thought, yes, the meta era is over. And Vandalize is actually pretty cool, but I prefer I'm Here. It's just fucking, oh, I'm sorry, but Fist Bump is like one of the worst vocal themes I've ever heard in the series, so I'm so glad that they actually had good vocal themes again, like what they had with the 2000s. Like, it makes me happy. Not very much to say on the Cocos. They look adorable. Like, I love them. They're far better than Wisps. Like, they're not Chow, but I like the Cocos. They're cute. They're adorable. I also like the little sound that they make when they walk. It sounds really nice. If I can say one positive thing about Cyberspace is that the Sky Sanctuary music fucking slaps. Like, it's been in my head for like days. Reminds me a lot of the Avatar stage themes from Forces, and those slap as well, so yeah. Alternative with the EDM can work. But with all that said, what do I think of Frontiers now? Well, I think this game will be a lot better than Forces, and it's actually looking pretty solid. I will say this. It's actually looking like a pretty solid game. I don't know if it'll be my favorite Sonic game, but I'm actually looking forward to this game. I'm looking forward to playing it. Am I pre-ordering it? Probably not. I might just have to wait until Christmas for this one, unless by some miracle it gets a game trial on PS Plus. And if that does happen, then you know we'll be streaming that day one. As it stands now, I will probably be late to this game for quite a bit, but oh well, better late than never, I suppose. But yeah, with all that said, let me know what you all think of this game. Are you pre-ordering it? I'm definitely gonna get this game on PS4 since I don't have a current gen console. That's definitely starting to sound familiar. Oh no, history's repeating. Are you waiting until Christmas to get this game? Or are you gonna buy it day one? Let me know down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. And yeah, tune in for more content. BrightX 2000, BX2. Enjoy the rest of your day and take care. Bless. But with all that said, what do I think of Forces?